The toe's doing well. The toe's doing well. The weekend off and not playing the game helped out a lot, excuse me. And I'm about 80%. I should be back to 100 by the weekend.
Are you gonna be full go in practice, or try to take it easy a little this week?
I'm gonna be limited the first couple of days, but to get back into the groove of things and get our timing back on, I'm going to be doing most of the drills with the quarterback and with the offensive line.
I know the bye came at a good time from that standpoint, but has it been tough, sort of coming off that first loss and sort of having to have it sit with you?
Not tough at all. Very motivating. We were humbled in that loss. Coach Morris talked about it all the time. Good is the enemy of great, and we were good, and we had ripped off 8 wins in a row and thought we had arrived, and that one loss is what I feel like we needed to finish the season strong.
What did you guys focus on most, do you feel, during that bye week? What did you feel you needed to work on, and what did Coach have you work on?
Technique and the little things. Whenever things go awry, Coach believes that it's because we got away from the basics. And getting back to the basics is the most important thing. So, we ran a lot of our first day type of plays that we did in the first day of camp. And we went back to, of course, stressing ball security. And just limiting turnovers in practice and doing the things that Clemson football is all about.
Did it help to deal with the loss? You look on your board of goals and the fact that you lost to Georgia Tech. Every goal you have is still there. One of those goals wasn't to win a national championship, but every goal on your board is still available. Does that help to ease the pain of that loss and say, you know what, everything we thought coming into this year is still there for us?
Yeah, a lot. Because, sometimes whenever you get into this thing and the games are flying by, you kind of lose track of what you're working for. So to look up and see our goals and to still see that every goal that we have on there is attainable is real big for us and encouraging.
Talk about what's at stake this week. I mean, obviously, if you want to win the ACC Atlantic Division, beating Wake Forest is the easiest way to make it happen.
I wouldn't say the easiest way to make it happen, but I see where you're getting at. Wake Forest is a very talented team and has caused a lot of problems for a lot of good teams. But like you said, that's one of our goals, is to win the Atlantic Division. And we want to, it's senior day. We're at home. It'll be, a prime place for us to clinch the division. And just going out there and getting it done, and that's what we're going to have to do. Speaking on Wake Forest, they have a very talented secondary, one of the best in the ACC. After watching them on film, they're active. Their defensive front is small, and so they do a lot of angling and stuff. And those guys create havoc, especially the nose tackle, number 50. Things going into the week that are going to be important for us is footwork. Whenever you have a team that do a lot of movement, we got to get our feet in the ground. We got to have right hat placement, right hand placement, and catch movement where our eyes looking. And those are some of the things that we've been really working on during the off week and yesterday in practice.
Does it help after a big loss to have such a meaningful game the following time you step onto the field, as opposed to just saying, "Oh, that was it, nothing to play for"?
I haven't thought about it like that, but yeah, that does help out a lot. Going into the Georgia Tech game, we did not take the same sense of urgency that Georgia Tech took into that game. They were playing for everything, and we were just playing another game. That's the way I feel like. But whenever you're 8-0 and the number 5 team in the nation, you have to play like every game is that championship game. And that's the way it should be for every team across the nation, I feel like. But we lost that sense of urgency, and that's why I feel like we got beat, because we got away from the little things. And going into this weekend with a game of this importance, we know how important it is. I'm stressing to the guys how important this game is so that we can go out there and clinch the title and get it done.
Because of what just happened, is there any way that could happen again, that sense of urgency not being there? I mean, is there any way in your mind that you could see that could happen 2 games in a row?
No. It's like I said, like early in the year, we were learning from week to week, and I told you that we were going to get better from week to week, and we did. And that's because we learned from the previous game. We're going to take, that lesson of not taking the same sense of urgency into each game and into this game, and hopefully if we do the right things and take care of the ball, we'll come out successful.
Why do you think that happened against Georgia Tech, not having the sense of urgency? Was it looking ahead, just getting complacent?
Just complacent, just getting complacent. Yeah, I said earlier that Coach Morris said good is the enemy of great. And we were pretty good. We were 8-0, number 5 in the country, and we got complacent. And instead of stressing the little things, instead of getting back to the basics and working our technique like we should have.
Do y'all have that spring in your step, the refreshed feeling now for the stretch run now?
After Monday practice, I feel like we do. Guys were really flying around, and Coach Morris took the offense to the side and said, that type of enthusiasm that we came out with yesterday is going to be what we need to have all week to be successful this weekend.
Dwayne, you mentioned senior day earlier. Obviously, you got a tough decision to make after this season. Have you given any thoughts to this could be the last time you run down the hill?
Not really. I've been really playing the season. I have another season left, and my biggest goal this year is to win a championship, and that's what I've really been focusing on. But now that you say that, it could be my last game in the Valley, and I wanted to be my best.
Do you, at any point will you look around and soak it in? Do you think you'll have time for thinking, this could be the last time you hear the Tiger rag?
I don't think I'll have time. Wake Forest is going to come in, and just like Georgia Tech was, they're playing for everything this weekend, and so I'm going to have to really keep my focus on the other guys and keeping them locked into the game plan and into the game.
Dwayne, what do you remember from the Virginia game 2 years ago when you guys won the Atlantic Division, and what was the most special part of that?
Oh, man.
That you hope to, maybe experience Saturday?
Did I score that game? I think I scored that game. That was pretty. That game.
Salute.
Yeah, that was a game, wasn't it? I was a young guy at the time, so the importance of Clemson Division really didn't hit me until like now. And looking back at it, we were on point. Offensively, we were firing. We took so much attention to detail during that week of preparation, and that's why I believe we were able to come out successful. Virginia they came out that game and done a lot of things, a lot of throwbacks, a lot of trick plays that the defense this year is going to have to look for with the Wake Forest team, who has done some of that early on coming in.
What was the feeling like? I mean, just winning, that feeling of winning the division.
It was great. It was great knowing that you have the opportunity to go and play for a championship, and that's the feeling that Clemson should be getting used to year in and year out.
Talk about Taj Boyd, maybe his state of mind right now. It obviously wasn't the game he wanted to have. You talked about ball security, something you guys were talking about, and he didn't have his best game protecting the ball.
He's one of the most focused guys this week. I've seen it already, and the way that he commands not the huddle, but the offense on Monday. He's been really focused and been trying to get better in his decision making. He's done a great job all year, but it's like I said, we got complacent, and that's why we had some of the mistakes that we had, and that he had. So he's really been concentrating on the little things: his footwork, his eyes, his ball placement, and he's going to have a great game, I feel like.
What can you do to sort of help out in those tough, critical moments when you see maybe he's pressing a little bit?
Just tell him to calm down and crack a joke like I always do.
Why are you guys playing so well at home this year, man?
The crowd. We feed off the crowd, and Clemson fans has been doing a tremendous job of coming out and really showing their support for us this year.
Do you feel it's important to get that 7th victory at home? Not too many teams in Clemson history have done it. I don't think it's been done since 1990.
Oh, wow. Again, getting into all the records and stuff, we really want to stay away from that and really stick to the basics. Going into the Georgia Tech game, Clemson hasn't won 9 games since 1981 or whenever it was, or 1955 or something like that. Haven't gone 9-0, excuse me. And that's not the important thing about the game. The importance is us doing what we need to do to win, executing our game plan to the best of our ability, and clinching the ACC, the Atlantic Division.
And what creates this home field advantage that you guys certainly have this year?
Just the fans, like I said. The fans that came out and have done a tremendous job of showing their support and creating a hostile environment for opposing teams.
Appreciate it, Dwayne.
No problem. Thank you, gentlemen.